Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of this video. Please, if you've not watched part 1, please watch part 1. I'll put link in the description and also on the comment section. I also have another video on how to make shawl jackets. I'll also put the link in the description. This is the back one. I'll join them together. Center back. I'll join this to this side. Then I'll join the center back. I'll do the same on the lining. This is the front one. I'll join these two together and these two together. Then this one is the facing. Is the same like this one's. Lining. So I iron the stay on it, interfacing. You can use any interfacing of your shorts, but this is the soft one. I'll sew these two together and these two together. I've joined them together. This is the back one. I open the seam, I press it. I did the same on the lining. This is the other part of the lining and the facing. I also press it. I did the same on the main fabric. I also press it also. So what I'm going to do now is to join these two together, the front one, the main fabric. I'll do the same on this one. Right side, right side. I have half inch seam allowance to join the center back. I've joined it together. I did the same on the lining. So what I'll do next is to sew this to the back one. This is the back one. This is the right side. And this one. This is the right side also. Armhole. Right side, right side. Then this side, you will sew it to this center back line. This point. You will match the seam together. So I'll join the neckline and the shoulder together. But before you do that, you will notch the corner. This is the lining, the back side. This is back side of the lining, right side, and this one is the lining. So right side, right side. This is the armhole. You put it on the armhole. This center seam, center back, you will pin them together, you will match it together. The seam on the shoulder, you will match them together, you will pin it together, and also on this one. But before you, I have half inch seam allowance here, so I will notch this part and also this side, but I will not notch it up to half inch so that I can be able to sew it. So I'll pin it, I'll notch it. So notch your own before you sew. I'll mark half inch on this line and mark half inch. So I will now notch it. Join it together, the shoulder and the neckline. I did the same on the lining. So what I'll do next is to shape the top. You remember it's overlap. So when you're cutting your own, 2 inches seam allowance is okay, 2 inches, 2.5, because I have a lot here. So what I have here is 28, but what I want is 23. 23 is half of 46, so 23 minus 28 is 5 inches. I'll mark 2.5 on this side and also 2.5 on this side. So on my waistline, I have 25, but what I want is 20. So I'll mark 2.5 on this side because 20 minus 25 is 5 inches. I'll mark 2.5 on this side and also 2.5 on this side. So, but I don't need up to 2.5. I only need 1 inch. I will trim it off later. So I'll sew on this line. I'll also mark. I've shaped the top, the two sides. I did the same on the lining also. So I have 2.5 inches seam allowance here, but I don't need up to 2.5. I'll trim it down maybe to 1 inch or 1.5. So I'll do the same on this side also and also on the lining. This is the lower part of the blouse. This is 360 and this is 360. They are both 720. So I iron the stay on it, the soft one, interfacing the soft one. So I'm going to open it. I cut the lining the same way, the two lining for them, for this. So I'm going to open it. I'll put them together. I want this to be together here. I've cut the two peplum. I'll also cut the lining. So I'll join the two lining together. I'll join these two together also. I'll join it. I'll join the lining. After that, I'll now sew these two together. So what I'm going to do next is to join this to the lower part of the blouse. This is the peplum. I join the lining together and the main fabric together. After that, I now join the peplum, the main fabric and the lining together. I also notch it and top stitch. So what I'm going to do now is to join it to the upper part of the blouse. I'll notch the center. This is the center. I'll sew the lining to the lining. This is the lining. Right side. I'll pin it together. I'll sew the lining to the lining and the main fabric to the main fabric. This is the right side. This is the right side of the lining. This is the lining. The waistline. Well, I'll trim this seam allowance first before I'll join it. I have half-inch seam allowance to join the upper part to the lower part. So this is the center back. I'll get the center on the lining. Right side, I'll pin it together on the waistline. I'll join it together with half-inch seam allowance. I'll do the same on the main fabric. This is the main fabric. I also have a seam allowance, half-inch seam allowance to join it to the lower part. But before I'll do that, I'll trim off this seam allowance. I'll trim it down to 1 or 1.5. This is the center back. This is the center on this one. I'll pin it together and join the waistline together with half-inch seam allowance. I've joined the lower part and the upper part together, the lining and the main fabric. I joined the upper part of the lining to lower part of the lining, waistline. Upper part of the main fabric to the lower part of the main fabric on the waistline. So the dart, I sew the dart with 1/4 inch. The dart, I sew it together with 1/4 inch. So what I'll do next is to get the center back on the neckline. This is the center back, this is the collar. And this is the center back, this is the collar. Right side, I'll put them together, right side, right side. I'll sew from here, from this center back line to the end, this side, to the end. I'll follow the curve to the end. I'll do the same on this side, from the center back here to the end, but not straight. I'll follow the curve. You can sew it with 1/4 inch or half inch. I'll sew with 1/4 inch. You'll follow the curve. I'll do it and show you. So I've sewn the edge together. This is center back line. I also notch it. So what I'll do next is to top stitch. But if you want, if you iron it properly, it will be fine. But I would like to top stitch it. So this is how I will top stitch it. This is the main fabric and this one is the facing. So this seam allowance, I'll put it on the main fabric side, then I'll top stitch. But I'll do it on the front side. I'll top stitch on the main fabric, not on the facing. I top stitched it on the main fabric side, not on the facing. So now I'm going to turn it. I top stitch it from the center back to somewhere here, and from center back on this side to somewhere here. I'll turn it. The only way I can turn it is from the armhole. So I'll bring it out from the armhole, one of the armhole. The extra I ironed on the peplum is just to give it a little bit of weight, not to make it stand. But if you want yours to stand, you go for hard one, hard interfacing. So now I'm going to give it a good press. So this is the jacket. This is the collar. This is how wide it is, 2.5 inches, because I use 5 because it's folded. So 2.5 inches. If you want yours wider than this, go for 8 to 10 inches. So this is where I top stitched. It's very tiny, you can't see it, but it's covered this way. So what I'll do next is to fix the sleeve. So this is the sleeve. this sleeve is for this side. This is 16.5 inches after sewing. If you want, you can use long sleeve. If you like, you can use how many inches that you want. So the notch will be on the shoulder. I will use bias to tidy up after fixing the sleeve. This is the belt. I join it. It's about 115 inches this way and 6.5 this way. So I'll fold the wrong side. I'll fold it like this because after sewing it will be 3 inches. I'll sew on 1/4 inch to the middle of it. I'll do the same on this side to the middle. I will leave like 3 inches space open. To turn it out, after that I'll close it. The sleeve. So this is the lining, this is the seam. So this is the right side of the lining. I'll put it inside, right side, inside. So I'll open the seam. I'll open this seam, I'll mash it together. I'll fold in this seam allowance, fold it in. Then I'll use 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch to sew it, to join them together. After that, it will be like this. I use the pressing button. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.